All right, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Rock and Roll Geezers Show, your outlet for all this nonsense rock news that goes on, the crazy good stuff. Jiminy Creepers this week. Got all sorts of people in the news. We got Jan Werner, Ozzy, Aerosmith, AC/DC, Creed, Wes Scanlon, Marilyn Manson, Bruce Springsteen. Just a whole bunch of news this week. I'm your host, Murph, and of course, my co host, man over there, back in black. That would be Doc Box. What's going on, Doc?
Yeah, doing all right, man. Yeah, thanks to everybody for checking in on us, catching up on the rock news. Yeah, kind of took a week off last week to bring you all the concert reviews we had all summer. So catching up a little bit, and fortunately not super heavy over the last couple of weeks, but definitely some interesting stories we want to get into here.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you haven't checked out last week's episode, that was a real fun episode to get into. So yeah, our good buddy Jan, it's spelled Jan, like Jan Brady, but it was like Jan Brady. Jan Winter got in a little trouble.
Yes, he did. He was the founder of Rolling Stone magazine,
Right.
and he got kicked off of he got kicked out of there basically. Boy, he
Wow, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
The Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, boy, wow. He said some pretty gnarly stuff. Let's just recap here. In an interview with the New York Times, Wenner said he had not included any women in his upcoming book featuring interviews with legendary rock figures because, quote, none of them were as articulate enough on this intellectual level, unquote. Ouch. Ouch. Are you kidding me? Is he kidding me? Boy, that's going to go over real good, and defending the absence of black artists in the book, he called the masters. Wenner told the New York Times, I suppose when you use a word as broad as masters, the fault is using that word. What the hell is he talking about? He's a nut. Maybe Marvin Gaye or Curtis Mayfield, the 77-year-old told the newspaper. I mean, they just didn't articulate at that level. Wow. Yeah, I'd be not. I'd be kicking him so far away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it'd be crazy. And this guy, if you want to, him in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, boy, that's an insult right there. That's an affront. You know what I'm talking about there, Doc? About him?
Oh yeah, no, this guy's he's been on my shit house for a long time. This is the guy that pretty much whenever you complain about why isn't somebody in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, it's his fault. He's I don't know that he's so much founded the Rock and Roll. He certainly founded Rolling Stone magazine.
Yes.
I don't know so much founded the Hall of Fame is I don't know, kind of got it started, one of a few guys, but basically he's the main guy at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And he's always had this elitist attitude, and the guys he's talking about, he talks to the masters, I guess, guys like Mick Jagger, Bob Dylan, John Lennon, Bruce Springsteen, Bono, Jerry Garcia, and Pete Townsend. So you see, he's got the very elitist. You can see the type of artist that he likes and the type of artist that he likes to talk about and promote. And that's why it took bands like Rush so long to get in because they're not in that elitist.
Yeah.
His statements are certainly, sexist and racist, but to me, they're more so elitist. And there's a number of white artists that he would treat the same way that he doesn't feel that they're articulated enough. And all he wants is his same perspective repeated back to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all these people, Springsteen and Bono and Mick Jagger, they're all certainly articulate enough and can speak about rock and roll at great length and interestingly enough and, all that, true enough. But there's a lot of other people too. And this guy's just, like I say, he just seems to want that same perspective repeated back to him. And the same old guys. I mean, look, there's nobody, Bono, I guess, the most recent guy. And that's, a 40-year career, there's nothing new. No, it's kind of that old boys club, kind of mentality, and
oh yeah. People have been talking about that for years. How the band, some of the bands that should be in there, and some of the artists that got in there, and it just seems so unfair. And yeah, he had a big, he had an iron fist over that son of a gun.
Oh yeah,
no longer. Hopefully, no, geez, just. They should just, goodbye. Don't ever come back because that was ridiculous what he said. What an idiot.
Yeah,
But
yeah. And
when
this
you
day and age,
like you say, when you're elitist for so long, you just lose perspective on everything, and
right?
boom, I can say anything, write anything, and boom, well, there you go. But good
Yeah,
riddance
and
to
for him to
bad
say, "Oh, I
trash.
guess maybe deceased artists like Curtis Mayfield and Marvin Gaye. Oh, I guess maybe they could have added something." Dude,
Oh,
there are so many black artists that I could listen to all day talk about music. Seal, the guy who's married to Heidi Klum.
sure enough, yeah.
I could listen to that guy talk for weeks, man. Fascinating guy to talk about music. Niles Rodgers, another Smokey Robinson, Chuck D, Questlove. These guys, I mean, they know the history of it. I could listen to them forever. Even and as far as women too, I think somebody brought up Joni Mitchell in the
Yeah.
article. And she's a great artist. And I don't know that she's the type that could really speak to those kind of things at length. But Melissa Etheridge certainly could. I could listen to her all day. Patti Smith. I mean, there's several. But again,
Yeah.
they're outside of his realm, of his perspective. So I'm glad this guy's exposed, man. This guy's an elitist puke from the word go, from back, starting Rolling Stone, and everybody's always known it. I'm so glad he's exposed, and yeah, we can maybe get some fresh looks at some artists in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, that would be a good thing, for crying out loud. But at the same time, just change it to the Music Hall of Fame at this point, because it's just gone so out of the rock and roll realm, what we consider rock and roll, that it's basically just a Music Hall of Fame at this point. So they ought to just let it roll like that, But it is what it is,
that's kind of a little separate issue, but we go on about that. I think it should be opened up a little bit more. I see it as different branches of the same tree, but you look at how the artists that went into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and it was like all of his type kind of first. And then, let's look at who else. I guess we got to put some other folks in now, and it's just so obvious. And now it just coming out. I couldn't be happier about it. So yeah, glad he's exposed.
Good deal. Oh, moving on. Goodbye to bad trash. But hello, Ozzy. Ozzy's been in a lot of pain. I've been seeing a lot of pictures of him recently with a cane, walking with a cane, hunched over, looking really bad. And apparently, he's got to get another. Yeah, there he is, right there. He's got to get another surgery, and he swears this is going to be his last. So this one has to work. And he says, in my back, the two discs and the muscles on my shoulders have separated from my skeleton. What the holy schmokums? So he sustained these injuries in a 2019 fall, and if you remember that 2003 ATV incident where he flipped an ATV and really got hurt. So and it's been basically rough ever since. Yep. And he's going to be getting an epidural to relieve the pain. So holy schmokums. At this point, let's not worry about playing anymore, Ozzy. Worry about your health. Just get, if the surgery works and you're able to get around, just leave it at that. Don't go up on, he's going to want to, he's going to want to go back on stage. I just hope he doesn't go. But, it's been a rough go for Ozzy over the last 4 years in particular. And he had that significant fall at home. He dislodged metal rods that were inserted into his body after he flipped his ATV. So, and now he's battling continues to battle Parkinson's disease. So this is just a mess, but he's still on TV and stuff. I don't know. At some point, just retire, Ozzy. Get better. The back's a nasty thing, so I don't know. What do you do? He looks like he's really hurt, and he looks his age, and just it's time to give up the rock star stuff and just get healthy. Spend as much time as you can with your kids and grandkids while you have time. So I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I always thought it attributed everything back to the ATV accident. Really, I mean, that's what I was always assuming that it was. But I don't. He's trying to patch himself up and pins and sticks and whatever to get up on stage. And quite honestly, I wouldn't want to see him. I would feel bad if I were in the audience, like seeing him up there in that state. That he's put himself through so much just to get up there, and I'm like. I would feel guilty being in the audience, almost like elder abuse or something.
elder
You know,
abuse, exactly.
it would be uncomfortable, to see him. I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
we've talked about it, a lot. And it just seems to come up every once in a while. Another story comes up, and each one, just gets a little bit more, going down where he should just,
going
give it up.
downward.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Just.
brother. So yeah,
Nope. Nobody wants to see you up there hurting Ozzy. Nobody.
and he's not going to be able to perform well at this point. You just ain't. So just don't. I hope I don't hear anymore.
Oh, you know what else? Speaking of Ozzy and grandchildren, I saw Jack just got remarried. I
Yeah.
didn't know that he was divorced. He's got a lot of kids, right? He's got like 5 kids, I think. Something.
Does he really? Good for him.
Oh yeah, he found him another wife to take care of those 5 kids. I don't know too much other than that. I don't know if she has kids of her own, but yeah, just saw he got remarried. So
Okay. Question is, Doc, what are the odds? Do you think, boy? I just think that he's gonna actually try and get out and play. I just, he's just so stubborn. I give him about a 25% chance that he's gonna actually try again. I hope not, but he just seems so damn stubborn that he just, I'll be back, in his walker.
yeah, I remember
we
used to think that it was kind of Sharon pushing him, but the more it goes on, I think it's his own stubbornness, and
he's a stubborn wanker. Is that what they call him over there? Or a sod? I guess sod is a bad word over there. You're nothing but a sod. It's like, yeah, I've got sod in my front yard. Yeah, but yeah, all the cookie English words. No, thank you. Speaking of bad stuff, here's a Aerosmith. My goodness, they've been out trying to do their final tour, and boy, here you go with the age and everything. They've had to cancel a whole bunch of tours coming up so Steven Tyler's vocal cords can get repaired. Their message reads, I'm heartbroken to say I have received strict doctor's orders not to sing for the next 30 days. I sustained vocal cord damage during Saturday's show that led to subsequent bleeding. Ugh. We'll need to postpone a few dates so that we can come back and give you the performance you deserve, Steven Tyler. So, yeah, there's all sorts of dates that they've can't. We're seeing so much of this now, with the older musicians our age and stuff, still trying to get out there and finding out that, it's not the 70s and 80s anymore.
Right.
The energy's just not there, instead of partying with the gals after a gig, you probably just want a nice masseuse or something and a good bed. What do you think?
Yeah, you're probably right. It just seems like these guys are getting out and not realizing their physical limitations. It's like the mind is ready and the spirit is willing, but the body ain't able, man. And they're getting out there and kind of limping along, they'll go out and start a tour and, we're going to put it on pause for a while while we heal up a little bit. Then we'll go back out and, it's kind of going like that. So,
and actually Chicago is one of the dates they've had to reschedule.
Yeah. That was
February. So yeah.
Yeah.
February 14th.
February.
Oh, February 14th, Valentine's Day. Oh, geez. How about that? So yeah, there you go, man. We're gonna see. We'll be seeing this from now on with our generation of musicians. Our musical heroes. So what do you do? Even some of the younger ones. Jeez, some of the younger ones are hurting. So yeah, they rescheduled 6 shows. Gonna redo them January 29th to February 29th. Ooh, leap day, leap year. Woohoo! So
with that coming up, yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how well they do. Gosh, yeah, you're right though. It's sad. Here's another situation where they're just you go to the show and you just hope, gosh, I hope they don't break a hip or something,
right?
Instead of the old days, God, I hope I didn't do too much acid. Now it's like, gosh, I hope the band doesn't break a hip up there. That would be.
I should have looked into it. I'd like to know how many shows into the tour they are, where he's experiencing this kind of bleeding. He's saying bleeding from his vocal cords, man. That's like sounds like a career ender, man. So how many more shows after this is it going to take for that to reoccur? This something's who knows? So is a month off going to be enough? I mean, his doctors say so. I guess you got to take their word, but
Boy, at
Yeah.
their age, God bless them for even being able to get out there. Man,
Yeah, I've never heard of that bleeding
I don't
from the
even want to
vocal
get up
cords,
in the
man.
morning.
Yeah,
Really,
that's hardcore, man.
I don't even want to get up in the morning at this point. Jeez. Uh, Pooch gets me up though. Good old Vesper gets me up. But yeah, these guys really. And speaking of elders, here we go. More elders. That would be the legendary ACDC. They're reigniting talks about another world tour for
You
next
know,
year.
this came up when we were talking about the Power Trip Festival, and you said that, and I stood fastly, said no way, and I'm going to stand by my statement, man. I don't think
Still
they're
think
going to
you might
do
have
it,
a
man.
trouble. And that
Yeah, I
that
don't think they're going to make it out there, man.
it's funny. I saw a picture today of Angus walking down a street in Germany with his bodyguard, and the guy was like 8 foot tall. Big.
Well, Angus is short; he's only like 5'4"
Yeah,
or something.
but this
Anyway,
guy was humongous. It
right.
was hilarious. It's like, yeah, nobody's gonna mess with Angus for crying out loud. Jeez, this monster will just do him in. But yeah, here we go. They've the band they haven't toured since 2016. Wow.
Right,
I
and
didn't
that was
realize it's
with
been that
Axl
long.
Rose, man. Yeah,
But is returning with old and new members when they headlined the Power Trip Festival, right? And they posted clips of the practice and all that. They revealed the group's bassist Cliff Williams is back in the fold alongside Angus, a 68 and 75-year-old Brian Johnson. But drummer Phil Rudd, 69, was not included. And that's a whole nother story. The band has recruited 55-year-old drummer Matt Log in his place, who has played with artists including Alanis Morissette, Alice Cooper, and Slash. Who else played with Alanis Morissette there, Doc? Do you remember?
Taylor Hawkins.
Bingo. Good call, my man. I figured you knew that, though. But yeah, they're talking about putting a tour together. And I've got to say, if they're putting a tour together with Phil Rudd, it could be a problem.
When this came up a couple weeks ago, I laughed. I mocked the notion. The notion of ACDC going on a world tour, but here now they're bringing it up. But I'm going to stand by my statement, Murph. Man, they're not going to be an ACDC world tour, with the caveat, not with Brian Johnson. Now I don't know if they're going to get a replacement singer, but there's not going to be any tour with Brian Johnson. If there is, I'll eat my words. But right for now, I'm going to stand by it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Geez, trying to sing that stuff. Gosh. I've seen concerts on YouTube of them years and years ago, and he couldn't even sing his stuff back then live because some of the stuff was too high, and it's just growling all through the whole set. So yeah, good luck with that. But if they was to come to the U.S., Doc Vox, they wouldn't be bringing their drummer Phil Rudd. Apparently, he's been reportedly banned from entering the U.S.
Yeah.
Wow. AC/DC's much anticipated live comeback has ignited anticipation among their vast fan base, with many hoping that this will be the beginning of a comprehensive tour. And they've got Matt Log, blah, blah, blah. AC/DC didn't provide any clarification regarding why Phil Rudd, the band's long-term drummer who returned to AC/DC to record a comeback album, Power Up, blah, blah, is not present for their upcoming performance. However, numerous sources claim that it's possible it may be related to his previous legal issues. In 2015, he pled guilty to charges of threatening to kill a former employee and drug possession. So he had 8 months in home confinement. And wow. And then, his legal team fought it because it really messed up his music career. But oh, well,
Yeah, they brought it up to the judge, saying he needs to travel, be able to travel. It's not the U.S. banning him. It's he can't leave, he can't leave work near his home, basically.
Oh.
And his lawyers are bringing it to the judge. Hey, this is what he needs to do. And the judge's response is classic, says they can find another drummer. They can find a replacement drummer, man. So, if you want to be too concerned about it, but Phil Rudd, I think, is one of the more underrated drummers, man. I mean, he's one of those guys. He's not going to wow you with the fills and everything, but man, he
plays exactly what is needed for the song,
and he doesn't overplay, man. You don't hear a cymbal on every downbeat. You don't hear, he's just, he's just right there in the pocket. Man.
Oh yeah,
right
exactly.
Where you need him to be, man. Right
you
where
betcha.
you need him.
Absolutely, he is. Yeah. And if he does have any trouble in the U.S., he can just come across the southern border and just he'll get a bunch
Right.
of benefits if he does too. Okay, enough of the politics. We'll move on.
You think he'd be recognized?
The-
Oh, look, it's
the-
Phil Rudd, man. Look.
oh, where is he? Oh, I got his picture. It's horrible too. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, here it is. Ah, I wouldn't want him in my country either. Look at that.
Yeah, he's looking a little rough. Yeah,
looks a little rough there, Phil.
yeah, he's looking like he knows where Jimmy Hoff is buried, man. He's like,
yeah. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm a rough one, you wanker.
And
no,
they say he threatened to have a former employee. I always understood he took a hit out on two people.
Wow, that's
So,
pretty
I don't
much.
know. We're gonna have to dig into the nuts and bolts of that one. But
there's got to be a backstory on that.
I always understood he took a hit out on. Yeah, I'm sure there's with all these crime story shows, there's got to be one out there on this. I would think.
Oh yeah, I have to look on YouTube about that. That's Phil Rudd. Yeah, good job. But yeah, he won't be showing up to the U.S. If they tour, and that's not a given at this point. Like I say, I think they will just because they're. I don't know what else are you gonna do.
The demand is definitely there, and unless they do a thing like they did with Axl Rose, but I don't know. Brian Johnson. Speaking of Brian Johnson, before we move on, he recently co-wrote a song with Jesse James Dupree of Jackal.
Did he really?
Of all people, so that seems kind of an odd pairing there. But
yeah.
Why of all the things he would stop to take time to co-write a song with him? I don't know, but. They certainly did. I haven't heard it, but it's out there.
They can chainsaw a chair,
right.
In two during the song. It'd be fabulous. Jeez. But yeah. So, Phil Rudd, good luck. You won't make it to the States, but nonetheless, moving on. Yeah, here we go. This is an odd little thing. There they are again, the Creed guys, the Creed boys. What's going on with these cats? I don't know. They're doing. And they could be doing a fabulous comeback tour and all the biggest venues around the nation and probably the world at this point. But no, they're gonna stick with a cruise ship. Sure enough, we talked about how they did their first cruise ship and it sold out and they had a good time. And
it's still to come up. They just sold it out.
Oh, but they did another one.
These cruises aren't until April.
They sold out another a cruise. So hell, just keep it going, guys. Whatever, spend the rest of your career on the sea doing concerts. I don't get it. They at some point they're gonna say, yeah, we got to go out on tour. We can't play to however many 2,000 people on a cruise ship. They'll draw 20,000 anyway, I imagine. But that's really weird. They went
I just thought it was interesting that we've been talking about it, so we thought kind of update on the story. The first one is in April 18th to the 22nd, and it sold out in short order. So they said, hey, let's do it again. The first one, there's a bunch of other bands with them.
Yeah.
But one like I wouldn't say co-headliner, but second headliner, I suppose, on the first one is Three Doors Down. And then on the second one, they decided to do it. It's going to be a week later, April 27th through May 1st, and they have a Daughtry, and that sold out immediately. So these are they're the first band to sell out two cruises like that. So I don't know, this is going to be a new trend, or like you say, this is going to be their career. Creed's going to be the cruise band now, or what? I don't know, but we will we'll keep you guys informed as it comes up. But
we're cruising on the sea. Just you and me. Yeah, Scott. That'll be very cool. Thank you. That was my horrible Scott Stapp impersonation. Thank you very much.
And again, I'd just like to remind everybody that Murph was in a Creed tribute band, but he was not the vocalist. So
that's right. I was a guitarist.
He was a guitarist and a damn good one. But
it was so much fun. Yeah, it was fun playing guitar.
If you're concerned after hearing his vocal stylings that he was the vocalist, that was not the case.
Not me. Yeah. Oh, here's an interesting article. How sad. Well, it ain't sad. He couldn't care less. He's probably worth.
He couldn't care less.
400 million or whatever, And that's Ringo Starr. There he is. Hello, Ringo. Ringo Starr. Can you tell me what you are? Up above the world so high, like I don't know what the hell. Anyway, yeah. even one of the biggest rock stars ever doesn't really pack the house all the time. Ringo brought his rambling circus show to Ontario, California's Toyota Arena, which will hold 11,000 Ringo rockers. But no, only 2,000 people showed up. Or only 2,000 tickets were sold. So hell, it
Right.
may not even have been, So holy
Right.
cow,
Right.
how embarrassing. The upper decks were curtained off and the lower decks were only half full. And well, the tickets were $80 plus 32.60 service fees. So, $110 plus $112. Uh,
That seems pretty
oh,
standard, pretty reasonable. That doesn't seem exorbitant by any means. I
and
mean,
parking another $30. So now we're up to about $150.
yeah, $150, I guess. Yeah.
Uh, well, but I'll be darned though. I saw him many years ago. Geez, my
With the
gosh,
All Star band.
yes, it would have
Yeah.
been
Okay.
probably. I
Nice.
think it was back. Poplar Creek. I think that's how far back that went. But
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long
that was a
time.
good time. But yeah, I can't believe only 2,000 people. Man, and he's got members of Men at Work, Toto, Average White Band. So maybe
Average white band. There you go. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah. For a while.
it is what it is. Not every gig's going to be, a big seller. So I'm sure he done,
Yeah, it
he's
just
having a
seems
good
odd that
time
they would
anyway.
book that size of a venue. I don't know what kind of crowds he's been drawing on the tour, but you would think
Good
they would
call.
be able to gauge from that, what size of a venue to get. But yeah, it sounded like though he couldn't care less, man. He went out and did the same show he always does. All the guys,
Oh yeah,
they're the all stars, they're the pros. I'm
they're
sure.
having fun. Yeah,
Yeah, they just
they're
did a
touring.
flawless show, I'm sure. So
Next tour there'll be 8,000. Next tour 10,000. Who knows? But and then I saw a video also. Ringo took a spill at one of his concerts. He leaves a show right at the last song of the concert. I think it's "All You Need Is Love" or one of those songs. But then he walked back up the side steps onto the stage, and on the stage there was a little riser, about a 1 inch
oh,
riser, and he just tripped on that.
just
And
enough to trip him up, yeah.
of course, the interweb, the horrifying interweb makes it sound like, oh, he fell hard, hard. No, he didn't. He tripped a little bit, easily caught himself, which quite honestly, at 83 years old was pretty impressive itself.
But
Caught
he looks
himself,
to
went,
be in great shape, man. I
holy
haven't seen
cow,
him
is he
like
in great
super
shape?
recently, but yeah, man, he looks to be in great shape.
He tripped, fell forward, but easily caught himself and popped right back up and boom. So right on Ringo, he's peace and love. Everybody, peace
Which
and
is odd
love.
because people may not know, Beatle fans, but he was sickly as a kid. He had a lot of health issues as a kid,
Wow.
so it just seems odd. He's like the oldest one now, and out there still doing it. He's definitely overcome. So
Wow. But good for him. Like, yeah, he's been I can't remember who played with him when I saw him, because
yeah, he's had some different
he's had a
versions of that
lot
out
of
there.
different
Yeah,
players out through the years, and he's gonna
Joe
keep it
Walsh. Joe
going.
Walsh was on his All Star band at one point.
I can't remember though. It was back in
I
the
can't remember.
80s.
Yeah, I
Doc,
remember Clarence Clemens did it for a while. Yeah, there's
a
been a
whole
bunch of
bunch
people
of
who've done
guys.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So that a boy, Ringo, hang in there and keep spreading peace and love if you would. Here's a guy who needs a little more peace of love and a little less puddle of mud. Hi-oh! That would be Wes Stantlin, the puddle of mud singer. We recently talked about how he let me see, they had a show at a venue, and they canceled, and the venue just put out a blistering uh, 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 media blitz, saying we will never let these guys come back here ever again. And
And put it squarely on Wes's shoulders. They said it's
yes,
100% Wes. Yeah.
yeah, it was a machine shop. Yeah, yeah, and wow, they let me see. We will be not be postponing the shows, as we will never ever reschedule Palamal again. Well, Wes has come out and apparently uh, has clarified what happened there. And so he wants to take a moment to address recent developments regarding upcoming Puddle of Mud shows. I believe it's important to provide My perspective on the matter. Here we go. I would like to clarify that the shows in question were set up without my consent by my former management team. I told my team at the time more than once that no shows should be booked without my authorization. I never agreed to these shows. In light of these circumstances, I have made the decision to take this time to regroup and make necessary changes. It is essential to ensure that the future of my music career is built on a foundation of trust, transparency, and genuine collaboration. I am deeply grateful for your understanding, continued support, and patience during this transitional period. Thank you, Wes. Holy smokums, man. Wow.
By the way, it doesn't make you any less of a douche, Wes.
Yeah. Wow.
You still book the shows, whether you're at odds with your management or whatever. That's still a commitment, man. He's just like a crybaby. He's like, well, I didn't okay it. I didn't say I wanted to play. It doesn't matter, dude. Your management committed you and booked you that show. You play the show, dude.
It's a paycheck. Jeez. Oh, I don't want to make money. No, I don't want to go out and make money. No.
I'm sure it was just a whole push and shove with his management. I was saying former management, so I'm sure they were at odds at the time. And you booked me on that, I'll show you. I won't go. I'm sure it was that kind of thing, man. But yeah, if people don't know, just to catch up with some of his stuff here, we reported earlier this year, back in February, he returned to his old home drunk. Remember that? It was a home that he had been evicted from, and he showed up there drunk. And I guess he'd been doing this a few times. So finally, they called the police. In 2017, he tried to board a plane with a BB gun. In 2015,
hang on.
Yeah,
there you go.
2015, he had a couple possession arrests. And he's also arrested for taking a joyride on a baggage carousel at the airport. And then in 2016, he ended the show early after accusing a fan in the audience of stealing his house.
Wow.
This guy, he's
in
got
the
some
audience.
issues.
All right.
Yeah. So he's just having some hallucination. I don't know. But this guy's definitely got some issues, and
he needs to get his shit squared away.
And the more he tries to clarify it and give his side of it, the worse he looks, man.
Worse it gets. Yeah.
You're just digging a deeper hole, man. Go take care of yourself. Go get some treatment. Whatever you got to do. And try to get some people on your side a little bit, man. You just, it's this guy against the world, and he ain't winning, man.
Yeah, he needs to reassess his life and his career and all that stuff. That's all I got to say about that. All right, moving on. Holy cow, this douchebag. There he is, Marilyn Manson. Gosh, I hate him. Oh, I hate him so bad. Just overkill. But he's a real douchebag. He's been in all sorts of little bit of trouble, and his latest one, he got fined and has to do community service for blowing his nose on a videographer in New Hampshire. What do you say about this guy, man?
Yeah, we brought that story up a couple weeks ago, and now he's got his sentence on it. So. Yeah, if you remember, he was a videographer there in a place in New Hampshire, and he spits on her. They described it as spitting a lube. It didn't quite sound like he worked up a whole ball of phlegm or anything, but just regardless, nonetheless, he spit on her, and then gave her one of those kind of farmer blows, kind of blew his nose on her, kind of thing. So she filed simple assault charges, and he got no contest plea. He had a no contest plea. The second charge was dismissed. And he ended up with a $1,200 fine and 20 hours of community service. So, which for those guys is, doing a gig, right? They'll do a benefit or something and say that's his community service. But just to even have to deal with that kind of stuff, dude. I mean, I don't know. You think he'd be past that kind of thing, but he's
a shock rocker. No, pal. Alice Cooper was a shock rocker. Alice Cooper was a shock rocker. You're just a no good wannabe.
You're just a wannabe with bad manners, man.
Your music's forgettable. Everything about you is forgettable. We saw Alice. Yeah, yeah. You're no Alice Cooper, sir. If
No.
I may make some political type quote, you're no Alice Cooper, sir. I know Alice Cooper. I've seen Alice Cooper. You're no Alice Cooper, sir.
No.
He's just an idiot. Through his whole career, just trying to be shocking, and it's just at this point, being this old, it's just more annoying than anything. So I wish he'd just go away. Him and
Yeah.
his goofy.
Yeah, it was kind of a light sentence, but at least he got something. I mean, at least they just totally just put it off
got a
on
record now.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Why don't you write a dumb song about it, you goofball? What a jerk! I really don't like that guy. He's just trying
I
to.
hate that guy.
He's like the '90s Alice Cooper wannabe, and
Yeah.
there is no.
Well, I remember when he came out, he was pretty freaking. I remember thinking, man, this dude's freaking out there, man. But yeah, that was kind of short lived. You kind of realize,
Exactly. No
yeah,
staying power.
yeah,
He won't be doing that show in 30 years like the legend
yeah.
himself. So,
Yeah, he has some
just,
pretty creepy videos, man. That's for sure, man.
oh, yeah, yeah.
But
But, yeah,
anyway,
yeah, moving on.
real
But,
quick, I got a
okay,
few updates.
sure.
Just to update the folks on some items that we talked about. Remember, we brought up a while back that they're going to have Bruce Springsteen Day
Oh,
every day in New Jersey, or every day, every year in New Jersey on his birthday, September 23rd. So this past week was the inaugural Bruce Springsteen Day. So I don't know, kids get out. I don't know what you do for Springsteen Day. Do kids get out of school? Do they
yeah.
deliver mail? Do they, what goes
Well,
on
they
there?
marked his 74th birthday. So,
Yeah,
74
yeah.
years old, man. Wow.
Well, this is going to go on, even past his death. So, I mean,
Sure. But
I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah, that's crazy.
I'll get around and sing "Born to Run," or I don't know what they do on that day. But another item we brought up: Smashing Pumpkins. We're going to there was a place that Billy Corgan owned in Chicago, a tea art shop kind of thing, and they were going to redo it as a Tower Records from back in the day, back in the '90s, and was going to do the reopening of their great Siamese Dream album. And that came up this past week. I watched some of it. Very cool. I enjoyed the hell out of it. But as far as the taking you back to Tower Records, they basically just put up a sign, Tower Records. I mean, yeah. There was no, trying to make it look like a record store or anything like that. It was just a Tower Record sign up there, but a great performance. I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
Gosh, I saw some autobiography or biography on TV about some band, and I can't really remember what it was, but I remember Tower Records was big in this
Yeah.
biography. Tower Records was a big deal out there. Their first one took up like a whole block, or it was just a huge,
Yeah.
huge place. Bands playing there and all that stuff. They really had it going on, and so yeah, Billy Corgan gonna do some goofy. We'll see how it works out. Again,
Yeah. Oh, there they had it. It's out there. It's on YouTube now if you care to watch it. There's
it really?
the whole thing. There's like the whole, I don't know, hour and a half, hour and 40-minute show. And then there's little excerpts, little like 3-4 song little blocks. And I started watching the whole thing, but I've caught a few of the ones just with my favorite songs. And yeah, great performance. One of the other items we had brought up a while back, Geddy Lee, our buddy from Rush, was working on his memoirs. Yeah, I reckon I don't need no book learning.
That's right,
Goddamn memoirs.
God damn it, 10-4.
Yeah. Anyway, called My Effing Life, and he was working on that a while back. We were talking about, and it now has a release date, November 14th. So just in time for Christmas shopping. Got Rush
there you
fans.
Go. Way to go, Geddy. That's marketing.
Rush fans on your shopping list. There you go. Get Geddy Lee's book. So
that's very smart.
Also over the weekend, people remember Live Aid, or not Live Aid, Farm Aid.
That's right. Started in 1985.
Yeah, back in '85 when they did Live Aid, and that was kind of an offshoot. And actually, they came up. Yeah, it came up as Bob Dylan had made a comment performing at Live Aid that they should do something like that for the farmers. And good old John Cougar Mellencamp at the time still had the Cougar in his name.
What are you talking about, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, him and Willie Nelson, Neil Young, and and Bob Dylan got together and did it. So yeah, they had it, and Dylan made a surprise appearance and did a bunch of songs with the Heartbreakers.
Outstanding.
Yeah, a big part of the Heartbreakers. So they had Mike Campbell was there, and Ben Montench, and then we've talked about Mike Campbell's side project, the Dirty Knobs.
Right, right.
They kind of rounded out the band with members of that band. So
Oh, cool.
yeah, people were they had another one in Indiana. So
Oh, cool.
they haven't done one for a while. They're starting them back up again. So
I remember Farm Aid. My sister and her husband were in charge of something at the first Farm Aid. We met Sammy Hagar and all that.
Oh, right.
If you remember, that was the first performance of Van Halen with Sammy Hagar. Was there? Yeah, my sister messed up his hair and stuff before he went on stage. Yeah,
and they did a cover of Zeppelin Rock and Roll, man, a ripping cover. Yeah, Sammy and Eddie get out there, and I remember that.
Oh, before I forget, I saw a video today that it came up on the interweb. I thought was very cool. It was Metallica, and it was in Russia right after the fall of communism. 1.6 million people in the crowd. You should have seen it. It was unbelievable.
That's
holy
a
cow.
sea of humanity. Yeah.
Wow. And they just got their freedom. The crowd was insane. Yeah. Holy smoke them. So, although, what freedom do they have now, actually? So, whatever. But that was the coolest video. But yeah. So,
and then finally, a little update. Just wanted to throw in there. People may have heard they have announced the entertainment for the halftime show of this year's Super Bowl.
Oh, is that
and rock and roll has lost out again. It is R&B artist Usher.
Usher, there he
may
is.
remember from the 90s. So hardly a relevant artist, but
I'll be darned, man.
Nonetheless, he's going to be doing it. So
what the heck?
I think we're pretty much resigned to the fact, unless Foo Fighters are out there, I don't see a rock act doing it in the foreseeable future, man. I just
that's probably a good call on that. Yeah, we've been talking all the time during the whole game that you'll be here. You'll hear it through the PA system, AC/DC and Metallica during the games. Just getting the people pumped up, and then comes to the biggest thing of all, and rock and roll, rock music, hard rock's nowhere near to be found. Got all these wimpy ass. Here we go again. Jeez, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll invite some other folks to come along with him. They haven't said that yet, but they usually do, and hardly anybody does it by themselves anymore, seems like. But
unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. So here we go. Another one to miss, basically.
Although, in fairness, I guess Rihanna did it by herself, didn't she? But nonetheless.
Yeah. So it's another one that I'll be able to do without, quite honestly. So. Usher, good riddance. Here's an interesting story that at least I find in there. There it is. Look at here. We used to have Dobermans. I love it. I got to get him out of the way. Go for it. Yeah. Doberman going nuts. This is a story.
That looks like a scene from the movie, the John Candy, Eugene Levy classic, Armed and Dangerous. I don't know if you ever saw that movie where they were attacked by Dobermans as
I love
security guards.
Our best was Thor. His name was Thor, and he was badass. Oh, my gosh. Just great. Great.
Yeah, back in the
animals.
70s, they were the badass dog, and then like pit bulls and Rottweilers and shit came along.
Oh, yeah. We had him in the mid-70s, too. Yeah, it was very cool. Thor, for sure. But here's something. This Motionless in White. The group, I've heard of them. I'm not familiar with them or whatnot, but they're doing a show in Scranton, Pennsylvania last Saturday, and a fan brought their golden retriever dog along and held it up in the pit, and it drew a response from the drummer, Vinnie Morrow, who I completely 100% agree with him. And these stupid ads popping up, I swear. But he was pissed off, and I can't blame him. A dog in the pit, it was supposedly a service dog, but here's his line. He says, "Seeing the dog in the pit at our Scranton show really bummed me out, and I want to go on record to say, unless your dog is literally deaf and blind, and somehow also loves to be held in the air for 3 hours. Do not bring them to a show, headphones or not. Bingo. Absolutely. What the hell? If it's a service dog, then I suggest you get out on the lawn or you get far away, not in the pit. Geez. I love my puppy dog so much. If I had to bring my puppy dog, I'd bring him on the lawn. I'd bring her on the lawn and she'd probably get on her back doing one of those things and I could tickle her belly. It'd be great out on the lawn, but you don't bring a dog into the pit. That's too much mayhem. Jeez, that was a poor decision. What do you think about that?
Yeah, who's that for? I mean, the dog's not enjoying it. The people aren't enjoying it. No, I don't know what that's about, man. I hope this is not a new trend. I don't think it will be. It looks like it's being roundly frowned upon, which
yes, it is.
Be, but
he'll have better sense next time, I'm sure.
I wonder if the guy got the idea. I don't know if you saw this story. God, 3 weeks ago, a dog went to a Metallica concert.
I was going to bring you, beat me to it, man. Oh,
the SoFi Stadium in LA, and the dog escaped, home or whatever, and went snuck into the Metallica show.
That's different. That's different, though.
I don't know if this guy's thinking. Yeah, I bet my dog would like to go see. No. Socialist and White.
The dog at Metallica, it made the choice. It wanted to be there. Pulled up a chair, enjoyed the concert, and went home. This dog had no choice, and the dog in Metallica was way back. You could see that was way back in the back seat. This
dog was up in the mosh pit, right, man.
Poor thing. No. That's stupid. So I'm sure he caught enough slack to realize.
I can't believe security didn't stop it.
But it's my service dog. They're probably thinking,
not in the pit though, dude. Come on, you don't.
Yeah, but
you don't see people up with wheelchairs up in the pit.
They probably see lawsuit, big lawsuit. They don't want to mess. Who knows? But yeah, that was a poor decision nonetheless on the dog owner's part. Dog going, I'd never do that. My cutie pie, my puppy dog, good puppy dog. Vesper. No, never do that. So poor choice. Hopefully they'll make
if you're in a crowd like that, and dog's got to relieve itself at some point. I mean, I don't know. I just don't.
Yeah, poor thing. And just too loud and too much mayhem. People all around going, no, what? Poor thing. Gosh almighty. Hope he took a doggy downers. If you remember that Saturday Night Live, puppy uppers and doggy downers. Yeah. Give him some doggy downers, man. Oh, here's one. One of the interesting bands I think would be Ghost. And an article came out a couple of weeks ago saying how Ghost they're cracking down on any phones at their concerts, and they're being incredibly, any phones at all, bam. The phones are gone, or the people are gone, blah blah blah. And they, the first article sort of made it seem like, well, what a bunch of jerks. And that's what I was thinking. Well, that's sort of jerkish. We've heard of bands trying to do that before.
Well, I believe it was just at the one show, right? It was just at the LA show.
A couple of them. But, you're thinking,
my point, it wasn't on the whole tour, though.
No, but the headline made it seem like, they're being all jerks. But then another article comes out later on, a few days later, says, well, what they're doing is that they filmed these 2 shows of their tour for a live album and a video, so that boom, it makes perfect sense now. Of course, you don't. If you're trying to get a real quality concert video, you don't want to see a sea of phones everywhere. You want to see a sea of hands. Let me see a sea of hands. If I may quote MC5's Rod Tyner, thank you. But yeah, so I can see that point. You want to have a clean video for a live album and for obviously their live video. So I can't blame them there. And gosh, all these phones. When we're at concerts, I'll take a picture at the screen of each band. I'll take one picture and then I'll post it on Facebook. Just to chart the night, if you will. But yeah, folks who put their phone up and just do nothing but record all night long, put the phone down and enjoy the moment. Enjoy the freaking moment, But no, no, not in this day and age. No, no, no. Now we got dogs in the pit for crying out loud.
Well, it's almost too when you see a live show anymore, you almost expect that to be part of the experience. That everybody's going to be sitting there with phones. So yeah, good on Ghost for calling and then remember this first article come from a outfit called The Pit, and they were like, "Oh yeah, what are you, my 10th grade teacher now? We can't have our cell phones." And shame on them, man. That's like poor journalism, man. They didn't even really look into anything, man. They were just like trying to put a hit piece out or something.
Crap up right away.
Yeah,
See that's why I hate the interweb so much.
I know, man. It's just all about clickbait and just
Gosh almighty. Yeah.
Why you always come here to Rock and Roll Geezer show, folks. We don't care about clickbait. We just give it to you straight, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so good for them. And that's a concert I wouldn't mind. I hope that come by next year. Come by to Tinley Park. I'd love to see them. I bet you they put on a kicking show because let's face it, he came out of nowhere. They came out of nowhere and boom.
Well, no, they kind of were around for a while, but yes, part of the when this came out is bringing no cell phones. A lot of the fans, they have their imagery of Papa Emeritus, and I guess from time to time, Papa Emeritus 3 or whatever will die, and Papa Emeritus 4 will emerge. I don't know the whole, the whole imagery of the whole story or everything. But anyway, that was the speculation that there was something like that goes through doing something like that. Is why they didn't want to have any cell phones. They didn't want it to be recorded, that kind of thing.
But
and then, but which is cool,
them,
man. That's what rock and roll needs, more that more that mysticism and more. Oh, did you hear the band might do this? Oh yeah, we got to check this out, and that's what rock and roll needs more of. Man. I mean, like them or love them, Ghost kind of harkens back to that time.
Good for them, man. And their songs,
it was cool to follow a band.
They're not objectionable either. Their songs are not objectionable. So it's always a good measure in my book.
And they're Swedish, so there you go.
yeah, like Metallica, so or Meshuggah, so that makes me a happy camper. Good old Sweden, God bless them. So yeah, the Ghosts, good for them. And here's an interesting little. There he is. There's Peter. No, wait, it's Mickey. That, of course, is a screenshot from the opening credits of the Monkees TV show where they were putting up the wrong names while they had their pictures up. But Mickey Dolenz, he announces an REM covers EP, and he shared his version of "Shiny Happy People." And I understand you heard it, Doc. So talk to me, man.
Yeah, excuse me. Doing it's a 4-song EP. He's doing "Shiny Happy People," which is out. The other 3 songs are "Radio Free Europe," "Man on the Moon," and "Leaving New York." And Mickey Dolenz, he's the last remaining Monkee, man. And he does "Shiny Happy People," and it sounds like it was a Monkee song from the get-go, man.
Really?
I mean, all the songs kind of get the Monkees treatment, kind of. He's putting them out as Monkee song. And Michael Stipe's over the moon about it, man. He just thinks it's the coolest thing ever. So
outstanding. How cool. How cool is that?
Right?
Yeah. He said, let me see, that's very. I'm very fan of her band. The band was a fan of the Monkees, yeah. So good for him. Good for him. The only living member of the Monkees. That sucks. I saw Davy Jones back in the day, back at one of our town festivals, and it was a really cool show. Very cool. So hang in there, Mickey. Good for him, man. Fucking A. Mickey.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me. I think I brought this up before. But man, I got to post this, or what I was posted on the thing. Tiny Tim did a remake of Stairway to Heaven that you got to hear, man. You got to hear. He does it in swing style. There's a lady who sure all the glitters is gold, and she's by. Yeah, he does a whole swing thing. It's awesome. You got. I'm sure it's. I'm sure it's on YouTube somewhere. But
oh gosh, I won't remember this. I'll post it on the Rock and Roll Geezers page. I'll try to remember that.
Yeah, I gotta remember.
Doggone it. Yeah, now that's 2 videos I got to remember to post because there's another one in the earlier in the show. So, moving on. Oh, here we go. Yeah, Kiss. Oh, there they are. See, I actually got the whole Kiss this time.
Oh, wow.
Oh, ain't that nice? Yeah. Kiss. Crying out loud. Some poor guy, I don't know the whole story, but some poor guy was going to interview him somewhere.
Mexico.
Mexico.
Yeah,
And he
Mexico
had what? He
City.
have a Metallica shirt. You want to go? You want to take this one, Doc?
Yeah, sure, man. There's this video, and it's just such typical Gene and Paul, man. So, yeah, the
Douchebaggery.
four of them are there. It looks like they're backstage. You know, they're all in full makeup, full gear, and everything. And Mexico City and the local guys get ready to do an interview, but he's wearing an Iron Maiden T-shirt, and Gene
So,
just flips out. Stop! We got to stop! No, you can't. We can't do this interview with you wearing an Iron Maiden T-shirt. And then Paul chimes in, and you wouldn't go to a Raiders game and wear the other team's jersey, would you? You know, just
what a
this is not a
douchebag.
competition. This is And the guy thought he was saying, well, yeah, I just thought it would be odd to be talking to Kiss in a Kiss thing. I just, wearing another metal band. No, no, no. So they stopped and they sent their whoever to go out. And, well, actually, I think they sent Eric Singer out to find a T-shirt.
They're eunuch. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, try to find a Kiss T-shirt for him. So he comes back with a Kiss T-shirt for him and makes him put that on.
Good. How petty, how pathetic, how juvenile. Let's talk.
I mean, they did it kind of all in good fun, but still, it went on way too long, and yeah.
Let him be, for Christ's sake.
Give him a quick admonishment. Oh, you should have, but yeah, to actually stop it and not continue it until they got another T-shirt. Yeah, it seemed a bit
good
much.
riddance. Yeah. No, we're not rich enough. What? That's stupid. Yeah. But no matter what he wanted to, if you come up with a plasmatics shirt, yeah, you're gonna tell him, oh, you can't do it because of No, of course not. Gene would probably be saying, hey, nice shirt. So yeah, that's all bullshit. Oh, speaking of not a weird thing here, where is he? There's Mike McCready. Yeah, Pearl Jam's Mike McCready is writing a rock opera about Chris Cornell. Wow. And the project will focus on a Seattle grunge scene of the 90s. Holy cow, you talk about some fertile ground to go look into, huh? Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, he revealed in an interview with the Guitar World, says he's working on this. It sounds like quite a labor of love, man. I mean, he's writing this whole rock opera. I can only assume Pete Townsend, Tommy style, man, is what I think of. And he says it's the whole grunge scene, but kind of focusing on Chris Cornell. And it says right now he's working on 18 songs. And he sees it as a stage thing, a play thing, and he's actually working on the whole script for that and everything. So
very cool. Stretch out, man. Yeah,
it's quite an undertaking for one guy. Yes, Mike McCready's pretty much his whole. He's the only one working on it. So
I'll be darned, man. Yeah,
and also there's new Pearl Jam in the works. So yeah, he's a really busy guy right now.
How cool is that? Yeah, good deal on that. So. Freaking A. Good for him.
Yeah, I hope that's something worthwhile, man. That could be something that could really turn into something big and
Yeah. Oh, before we
that Rock of Ages crap. Remember you ever seen that thing, that Rock of Ages, but the 80s metals? You ever seen that? You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah. You gotta watch it just for
a comedic effect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
really one of those things, huh?
Tom Cruise is a kind of I don't know, Axl Rose type rock star.
Oh no.
God!
That's horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Oh, here's something before we bug out. I gotta mention this. Guitarist Zakk Wylde out there jamming with the Pantera tribute thing right now. He's being accused of using backing tracks, Doc. Holy schmokums. Is there no end to the backing tracks in the live performance rock world? Holy schmokums. But what it says here is, during the band's U.S. gig last night, which Lord knows probably, a week ago, a couple of weeks ago, guitarist Zakk Wylde looked suspicious with his back turned away a lot of the performance. Upon closer inspection, it seems he is fake playing with the assistance of pre-recorded backing tracks during the song Becoming, which features harmonic squeals throughout that seem to be entirely lifted from the studio album version played by slain guitarist Dimebag Darrell Abbott. Oh man, are they really? What? Who knows anymore though? I wouldn't be doggone surprised at all. And then the fan fan chimes in and says, Zach looks and sounds like he's not really playing. He is using pre recorded tracks. You can totally tell by the harmonic squeal. That is Dime, not Zach. So, holy cow. Even, everybody's, guilty, man. Guilty. Everybody is guilty of screwing things up live, for Christ's sakes. Man, oh man, oh man. So, there you go, dude. What a mess. What a freaking mess.
Oh, here's a story just came in this morning, literally hot off the press.
Go for it, man. We got time.
Vince Neil was rushed off stage after a shooting
I saw that,
outside of a solo performance. This wasn't Motley Crue, a Vince Neil solo performance at the Oklahoma State Fair. And there was a shooting just right off the stage. So he was rushed off stage. And all we know right now is there's one person in critical condition, man.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that was a very scary moment for Nick Vince, man.
What the hell? Oh, it's all about the gun. No, it's all about, man, no politics. Hang in there, Vince playing county fairs, whatever. Or state fairs, pardon me. State fairs is a step above county fairs. So, but I'm sure his performance was not up to snuff anyway. I've seen a few recent videos where, it's like, oh, geez, it's just too bad. But that's the rock world, ladies and gentlemen. It's a lot of good, a lot of bad. A lot of our heroes trying to get one last tour in, and it's just age creeps up to all of us, man. So speaking of age, I've got some aged beef in the freezer. I gotta get out, thaw, fire up on the grill there, Doc. So I'm gonna be out of here. So why don't you take us home, man?
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. If you did, let us know and hit with a like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Definitely appreciate all the support. So we'll do it again every Monday, just like we do every week, or next Monday, I should say, just like we do every week. So until then, have a great rock and roll full week, everybody. We will see you next time.